You've probably read the Bible thinking you already knew the full story. From a young age, you're told it's about light, salvation, answers, but late at night, when everything's quiet, you start to notice something off. Certain passages are rushed, certain verses barely mentioned, stories that never make it into sermons. And you feel it, this isn't because they don't matter, it's because they're unsettling. You realize the Bible isn't just a book of comfort. In many moments, it describes encounters that bring fear, not peace. Appearances that silence people instead of reassuring them. Presences that show up without clear names, without explanations, and disappear, leaving consequences behind. And what's disturbing is that the text doesn't justify them. It just reports them like it expects you to either accept it or look away. You come across passages where men collapse without being touched. Voices that come from nowhere, giving impossible commands. Beings described with multiple faces, eyes everywhere, movements that break human logic. No one explains what they are. The text simply says they were there. And that's when it hits you, maybe the issue isn't a lack of explanation, but too much reality. The deeper you go, the clearer the pattern becomes. Every time these entities appear, the atmosphere shifts. The air feels heavy. Fear comes before the vision. People cover their faces. They fall silent. This isn't normal reverence. It's instinct. Something deep in the human mind knows this wasn't meant to be seen without consequences. You start noticing that many of these beings aren't clearly labeled as angels or demons. They simply exist. They appear at critical moments, deliver messages that are often unclear or destructive, then vanish. No comfort, no reassurance. Just purpose, ancient, unquestioned, and final. And calling these moments miracles suddenly feels like a convenient shortcut. What makes it worse is the silence around these passages. They're rarely discussed in depth. They don't show up in children's stories. They aren't softened with friendly illustrations. It's almost like there's an unspoken agreement not to dig too deep. Because digging would mean admitting that the Bible describes forces far beyond human control and maybe beyond modern theology. When you compare these verses with ancient texts that didn't make it into the canon, the discomfort grows. The descriptions repeat. The shapes are similar. The human reactions are identical. Fear, confusion, submission. And you start wondering if these stories weren't removed or ignored because they were false, but because they were too specific. That's when you understand something unsettling. The real terror isn't in clear monsters or obvious villains. It's in ambiguity, in the idea that something watches, intervenes, and leaves without explanation. The Bible doesn't deny this. It documents it. And by documenting it, it leaves you to deal with what was recorded. By the end, you close the book with a strange feeling. Not closure, a warning. The Bible describes things that were never meant to become headlines or dinner table discussions. Maybe because talking too much about them brings you dangerously close to something that prefers the margins, something ancient, something silent, something that, according to the text itself, never really left. Like the video, leave a comment, and follow the channel for more.